More now on the inquest into the death of a government scientist at a weapons testing base in Essex. Terry Jupp died 8 years ago when a bomb mixture he was testing blew up. Today, the inquest heard from another scientist who was once accused of his manslaughter. Gareth George sent us this report from the court in Southend.
A harrowing day for Terry Jupp's family. At one point, his mother had to leave the coroner's courtroom as one witness relived the moments that led to her son's death. Terry Jupp was a bomb expert, and he was a member of a UK and US team trying to find out if terrorists could make bombs from everyday materials. But he was fatally injured when chemicals he was mixing together ignited. The inquest into his death has now entered its third week here at Southend Magistrates Court, and this morning the inquest jury heard from Dr. Maurice Marshall, the man on the right wearing the tie. And Dr. Marshall was in charge of the test that led to Mr. Jupp's death. He said he knew something was wrong when he saw a plume of smoke, and he said when he got to where the accident happened he saw that Terry Jupp had burns over his entire body, and he said the building was full of smoke and the windows were broken. Terry Jupp was taken to Broomfield Hospital with 80% burns, and he later died from his injuries. The accident happened at Foulness Island near Southend, which the MOD uses for weapons testing, and questions have been raised about the safety of the test. But Dr. Marshall said appropriate and detailed risk assessments had been carried out. He was originally charged with manslaughter in connection with the accident after a health and safety investigation, but that charge was later dropped. Much of the inquest here has been held in private. The media hasn't been allowed to report it, and that's because there are concerns that the information about bomb making and the chemicals used to make bombs, if it were to slip out into the public domain, would jeopardise national security. The inquest continues. Gareth George, BBC Look East, Southend.
Well, still to come tonight, flood relief, how this region is raising money for the victims in Pakistan. Felixstowe are celebrating their best ever GCSE results. Earlier this year, Deben High was placed in the bottom 200 schools in the whole country. Today, though, the figures there and at Orwell High are much better.
Gentlemen, you may now come and fetch your results.
The nerves, the anticipation, and then a sigh of relief.
And I got an A-star in English literature.
Here at Deben High in Felixstowe, they've had a difficult year. Last August, only a quarter of students got A-star to C grades in maths and English. Back in January, they were placed in the bottom 200 schools in the country for their GCSE results. But today, things are different. Their pass rate has doubled. How?
The most important thing is to instil belief in the students that they can do better, and to show them how to do it. So what we've done this year is run evenings for parents to show them how they can help at home succeed at GCSEs.
There's an air of celebration around Deben High School today. That's because 172 pupils have sat GCSE exams this year. 70% have passed with A-star to C grades, and that's a rise of 12% on last year's results. Over at neighbouring Orwell High, while some got top grades, others got a huge sense of achievement regardless of the mark.
I was really nervous. I've been nervous for the last couple of days, but I'm kind of glad it's out of the way now.
I got 2 A-stars, 4 A's and 3 B's.
Parents are like, as long as you do well and get into sixth form, it's all right. But I did cry earlier because I got one grade that I didn't want, but that's been checked.
The head puts it down to getting parents involved and tracking students' progress. And it's paid off. Both schools are celebrating their highest results ever. Kate Riley, BBC Look East, Felixstowe.
A teenager's in hospital after being stabbed in Basildon. It happened yesterday afternoon in Rochester Way. The 17-year-old was followed and surrounded by a gang of young men. He was stabbed 4 times in the chest and in the arm. He's now in a stable condition in hospital. A man is still in a critical condition a week after a train crash in Suffolk. Alan Dickinson, a lawyer from Sudbury, was among 21 people injured when the train hit a sewage tanker on a level crossing at Little Cornard. The 58-year-old is critical but stable at the Royal London Hospital. The chairman of Southend United has had allegations of sexual assault against him dropped. Ron Martin was arrested on suspicion of assaulting a woman at his home in Benfleet. But Essex police have confirmed they're not taking any further action. He always denied any wrongdoing.
A group of school children in Ipswich has spent the summer holidays spraying graffiti. It's part of a project aimed at persuading young people that graffiti can be creative in the right place. This report from the BBC Suffolk reporter Andrew Woodger.
Graffiti is in evidence around the Gainsborough estate in Ipswich, but the artwork on these boards is official, part of a project called Club for Teens.
A lot of young people used to hang outside the library, and I thought, well, if they hang outside the library, why don't we have a room inside the library that we can go and do some activities that are free and safe? We've got the sports centre, but you've got to have money to use that, and not a lot of people around this area have money, so they can come and use Club for Teens for free.
Little pink bits. I know when the wind keeps blowing the other way.
Scott King, aka graffiti artist Aroma, is overseeing things.
Well, I'm trying to show like the art side of the graffiti, not the tagging side. You know, I'm trying to just get the art side across to people, because there is an art form. It's definitely art.
And youngsters and parents are impressed.
I've enjoyed doing it because I've been able to do my own designs and not what everybody else wanted me to do.
I've done the 3 on the IP3.
The adults didn't really plan it, the kids did for once, and that's good.
Helps them get off the street from any troublemakers or out like that.
I'd be at home doing boring stuff, or be at the library doing weird stuff and do what I usually do. But I'm glad Scott and Larry's here, then we get to go do all this stuff.
The finished artwork is there for all to see in the library car park. Andrew Woodger, BBC Look East, Ipswich.
The most stunning view in the region can be seen from a beach in Norfolk, according to a new survey. It says the view across the sands at Holkham Beach is in the top 6 in Britain. The top 2 are both in the Lake District. A pet snake, which is 6 feet long and was on the loose in Essex, has been found in his owner's garden. Diego, a boa constrictor, escaped through the bathroom window from his home in Wickford at the end of July.